Your company is around what I consider mid-size. That means about 100 employees to maybe 5,000 employees-ish. And you're wondering, hey, is Microsoft Teams phone system a good fit for our company? That's a great question. And that question, or the answer to that question, I should say, has changed over the last couple years. So at first, a couple years ago, I would say probably not, maybe. But nowadays, it really kind of depends. So first and foremost, there's a lot that goes into this question. So number one, contact me. I'll talk about that more later in the video. But first, to give you a little bit of a head start, there's some main things that you want to think about when you're trying to answer that question. And I wanted to make a video to kind of give you a little bit of a head start. So the first thing you want to think about is, what is our license level? So which Office 365 licensing does your company have? For instance, if your company has E5 currently, you're already paying for the phone system feature and the conferencing feature. So that changes the pricing landscape of adopting Microsoft Teams phone system a ton, because that saves you $8 to $12 per month per user compared to other companies who are on a different license. So that right there definitely factors into consideration if you're already using E5 for some reason other than the phone system feature. Another thing that you want to take into consideration is, what is your Microsoft Teams adoption today? And I know within the last year with the pandemic, a lot of companies have started to use Microsoft Teams a ton. So the answer to that question universally these days seems to be that everybody's using it all the time because it's inexpensive. It's coming with the Office 365 package anyway, and everybody's been using it for instant messaging one another while working from home and conferencing and all that stuff. But still, you want to ask yourself, are our employees already using Teams and they're living in Teams every single day and they love using Teams? Well, obviously that's a big factor when you think, okay, should we do Microsoft Teams phone system? On the other hand, if your employees really aren't using Teams a whole lot today, it really opens up your possibilities. So there isn't really as big of a draw for your company to consider using Teams phone system if they aren't really using it today, because at the end of the day, you are going to have to pay a decent amount per user to start using Microsoft Teams phone system. Probably the same amount as you're going to pay with any other cloud PBX provider or more. So definitely something to consideration, Teams adoption today. Okay, something else you want to consider that I mentioned a little bit earlier is, what are your conferencing needs? Does your company need a robust conferencing platform? And do you need features that Teams today does not have? Because if that's the case, again, another reason why you may not be a great fit for a Teams phone system, because maybe you're already using multiple platforms because your conferencing needs are greater than what Teams conferencing can offer. Another thing that you want to think about is, does your company need a call center application? Because that's a big part of the phone system, and that's something Microsoft Teams phone system does not offer. So if you go with Microsoft Teams phone system, you're going to have to get a third-party application layered on top of Teams phone system to really work with your call center folks. So that already adds some complication to the mix. So if you have a big call center, Teams phone system might not be the best fit, but it still may. It kind of depends on all the other things that I'm talking about today. And last but not least, something that comes up quite a bit is you want to take into consideration your integration requirements with your software, like your ERP software or your sales automation software like Salesforce and things like that. A lot of companies these days are really wanting to integrate their software with their phone system so that activity is automatically recorded in the customer record without any employee having to do anything. And if that's a big deal, then with Microsoft Teams phone system, you're really a little bit limited in terms of software integration. Yes, it does integrate with Dynamics 365 quite a bit, but when you talk about Salesforce or any other type of software applications outside of the Microsoft family, it gets pretty dicey. So that's something you definitely want to take into consideration. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there's a lot of other things that you want to think about that'll help you answer this question, but I hope that at least starts to narrow down your thinking a little bit of whether or not Teams phone system is a good fit for your mid-sized company. Now, if you're wondering, hey, if we want to buy Teams phone system, how should we do it? Well, don't start Googling that, just contact me. In terms of buying Teams phone system, there's a lot of different ways to do it. And one of the best ways is to go to a direct routing as a service provider to purchase it. There's a lot of benefits, both cost-wise and service-wise, to doing so. And the best vendors, or there's a lot of different vendors out there that are doing it, and you want to find the best vendors. And that's something I can help you out with pretty quickly. So don't Google it, just contact me. I'd be happy to help you. The best news of all this is that the service providers actually pay our company our broker fees. So we're a broker for all the major cloud PBX providers and Teams phone system providers. So your company has no excuse not to contact us and get our advice because it's free to you. So don't waste your time any more than you already have. Just contact me, I'm happy to help you. And if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button down below. I hope that helped you today, and I will catch you on the next video.